This is the men's room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
You're listening to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Say hello to our friends at 98.5 K-Fox, the South Bay's Classic Rock in San Jose. Also Bayou 95.7 in New Orleans. And 105.3 The Bear in Blacksburg, Virginia. Welcome to the program. It is day one of Weed Week. One of us in here is completely high. It is up to you to go and vote. Do so if you follow us on Twitter at Men's Room Live. There is a poll up there. Steve, myself, Ted, Wabin, or Mike, one of us is stoned, and you need to figure that out just based on listening to the program and vote. In the meantime, it is our random question. 844-999-OLA.
You just had a story about a guy who, and he has yet to be caught. But he kicked down someone's back door, completely obliterated the door frame, went into the house, robbed it, but the only thing he actually stole were two nuggets.
Two chicken nuggets.
And it was valued at $1, which is 50 cents a nugget. And we're like, is that right? Is that the going rate? I don't know. So someone says, look, a 6-piece chicken McNugget at McDonald's is $3.50.
Oh, so it's more.
Wow. So the way I see it, man, they got undervalued on their nuggets, right? Because 50 cents a pop.
Totally.
Yeah, it'll only be $3.
It should be like 65 cents a nugget.
Not even that much, but still more. Man, they need to ask for more money.
Yeah.
Now you know, if anyone steals your nuggets, they're worth more than 50 cents a pop.
Random.
Hello, Steve. Welcome to the men's room.
Random.
Hola. How are you, Steve?
Random.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. All right, Steve. We talked about Meemaw. Now let's talk about Mom and Dad.
Uh-oh.
How did your parents make it tough for you? Now, they might have done it intentionally. They might have done it, like, unintentionally. It might be like you didn't want to bring a date back home because, I don't know, your dad was old-fashioned or your mom was crazy or, like, but whatever the situation was. Maybe they just made you work your ass off growing up. But how did your parents make life tough for you?
Well, I grew up in being a military brat, so my dad was pretty strict. He was a police officer in the military.
Doesn't that even make it worse? Like, military dads are already kind of tough, right? Make up your bed, because they can do it in 7 seconds, all this. But now,
right.
You're like,
he's old-fashioned.
You're a cop within the military. I can't imagine.
Did he bring that home with him? Did he lay it on you, man, or was he pretty cool to you, because you're his son?
Well, yeah, he was cool to me, but he was kind of like a drug investigator also.
A drug investigator. I think most parents are drug investigators.
Yeah, that's true, right?
Like
at some
alcohol
point.
investigators, even tobacco investigators, all kinds of investigations going on. Did you have to move a lot?
I was like so when I was like a teenager, of course I was experimenting, with smoking pot and everything like that. And so he found out that I was getting high. So, yeah, he gave me a really hard time.
He's also a police officer, and you're his son, and that's illegal.
So at that time, yeah.
What are the repercussions of a military police officer father who investigates drugs finding out that you're smoking weed?
Restriction. Couldn't hang out with my friends. That kind of thing. Okay. I was grounded for like a month.
How often did you move?
Every 3 years.
And what kind of where did you live?
Well, I was born in Japan, San Diego, Adak, Alaska, Guam, Bremerton, back to Japan again, and back to Seattle.
Did Bremerton seem like the oddest fit of all the places? Right, Japan, Guam, San Diego, Alaska, exotic in its own way, and then Bremerton.
In Bremerton, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, it's nothing against Bremerton. No. Just as you go through the course of cities that you're listing, I'm like, that's the one. When you say one of these things is not like the other, I think Bremerton is that.
Right. And I was probably about 9, 10 years old at that time. So, starting my young teenage life, and it was pretty interesting living in Bremerton, to say the least. But
I'll believe that. Mm-hmm. Have you been back to any of those places since you've grown up? Like, do you go back to Japan? Do you know anyone there? San Diego, et cetera?
Well, I'm half Japanese, so I have family over there. But no, I have not gone back to Japan.
Wait, you have family there? Why not? Do you not get along with the... Like, look, I'll put it this way. I'm looking for an excuse to go to Asia. And I figure if I got a place to crash, right, because that's most of my cost,
right,
and it's family, whether they like me or not, they're going to see me.
Yeah, well, just the cost of going over there and everything, I don't know them that well, but they're still my cousins and my aunts and uncles and everything. But
I will say,
but my mom's passed along, so
Passed out.
You know.
Passed out.
Two very different scenarios, man.
She sure has. Or maybe longer
my
than
mom
you know.
passed away
It's a hell of a
couple
nap.
years ago, so
She's not waking
Okay.
up.
but Southeast Asia is pretty cheap.
I don't know. It's gone up since like the 80s.
Well,
I mean,
yeah. The only thing that doesn't change, man, honestly, are drug prices. Weed costs the same in the 80s as it does now, right? I mean, everything else.
This was in Seattle when I got caught smoking weed in the house. So
Okay.
yeah.
If you're ever in Bremerton, go to Noah's Ark Restaurant. Get a cheesesteak.
That good?
Yeah, swear to God. If you're ever
Is it one of the original two animals from Noah's Ark?
I think it is.
Because that
yes.
would be my
I think it's
Hey, man,
part cheetah and then part pheasant.
this is aged beef.
The reason we
Dinosaur.
asked, how did your parents make life tough for you? That is tough. You can't even keep a girlfriend. You'd have to move every 3 years. Like, if you really like somebody, like, you know what I mean? Like, even anything.
Dude, but at that age, come on, man.
Yeah,
That's
you're probably not
perfect.
going to get a
That's
girlfriend.
perfect.
Sure. There's a 58-year-old guy. His name is Stephen Michael Paris. And he escaped from prison in Oklahoma back in 1981. He was supposed to be there for, I want to say, 9 years. And he got out where he escaped a year and a half into his 9-year sentence for drug convictions. So he's been on the run basically for the last 37 years. Well, 2 months ago, his mom died.
All right.
And her obituary mentioned a son named Stephen Michael Chavez in Houston, Texas.
Chavez, man. Say it right,
Chavez.
brother.
Chavez.
Chavez. Who's that Chavez?
K.
fella?
Morton.
It's where the Dodgers
So the
play.
U.S. Marshals connected the dots, and obviously Stephen Michael Chavez was probably Stephen Michael Paris. And, of course, the other morning they went to his house and arrested him, and a fingerprint confirmed his identity. So basically he was doing just fine there on the run for 37 years until his mom's obituary.
No, listen, no. It's not his mom's fault in this case. If you're going to change your name because you're on the run, I would not name myself Steve the Thrill Hollerman. My name would be
Right.
like Abu Gupta.
But
like,
even if
there's
you were on the run,
right,
even if you
my
changed
name
your
is
name,
not going to sound remotely like what my real
even
name
if
is.
it does, and they know that that's your mother and she's passed on and she had one son and you changed your name to that, chances are that's what you changed your name to.
But
of
she
Houston.
wouldn't know. She wouldn't know that I'm going by
Right, you would
Abu
never-
Gupta.
you would never tell
She
her.
would say, it doesn't
Right,
matter.
right.
Meanwhile,
you gotta think
I
ahead.
go back to Sal Tapio
Sal Tapio.
from Delaware.
By the way,
Oh, hang on. We have some issues with the nuggets.
dude, I'm getting some nuggets.
They're
with
saying
information.
at Burger King you get 10 nuggets for $1.69. That's
No
a 16.
way.
No, I saw the
Yeah, that's
same
a
thing.
really high price for a 6-piece.
Now, wait, I'm getting information that says this nugget thing has blown up. Because, again, somebody broke into a house, stole 2 chicken nuggets. We don't know if they're McNuggets, tenders. It just says 2 chicken nuggets. It was valued at $1, hence 50 cents a pop. They're saying at my McDonald's, a 4-piece is $1, a 6-piece, but this doesn't make sense. A 4-piece for $1, a 6-piece for $4.29. Now think about that jump. Okay?
Why wouldn't you just get 2 4-pieces?
Right, so you can spend $1 on 4.
Or 3 4
You can
pieces.
spend $4.30 for 6. Where you can't be that bad, man. A 10-piece for $5.99 and a 7-piece for $7.
But if I got 3 4-pieces for only $1, then I would have
You'd save
$3
money.
and I get 12 nuggets.
And then this other guy says, you guys are getting robbed on your nuggets. A 4-piece is $1. Of course, I'm in Indiana. Things are cheaper here.
You know what? I bet nuggets are like they're like currency around the world in the value of the dollar. Like
Not in Uganda.
Sometimes you go to if you go to Algania,
sorry.
Algania. I mean, you're going to get a lot more money for your dollar there because the dollar's really cheap.
Well, you know what, man? I'm just going to get my phone and try to order some food online and see how much the damn nuggets are.
Okay, we'll do that.
Random.
You know what? That's a good call.
But they're going to need a limit. You know what I mean? Like they're not going to just deliver 40 nuggets.
Well, no, it's not that.
look, if
they
you
have the menu, so
Yeah,
all right.
all you have to do is look at the menu and go, oh, if I were to get the 4
We're not
nuggets.
getting nuggets,
All right,
man.
okay, gotcha.
We should order nuggets.
Plus, honestly, like
Are
if
you
you're-
fasting or
if-
whatever you're doing? Like you can't eat nuggets. You're in one of those
I
modes.
can't right
God
now.
damn it, man.
But if you're going to get nuggets, I mean, just be a grown up and get the 20-piece. You're getting
Right.
them delivered to your frickin' home.
that's if you're too
Or
lazy.
maybe I'm just trying to make myself feel better about ordering 20 nuggets.
No, you're trying to make yourself
nothing
feel
wrong with
better,
that.
but you're also right.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hello, Matt. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitch,
Hola.
Matt, what do we have here for you? Let's go with this one. Matt, what was your latest significant injury? And how did you injure yourself? What was your latest significant injury?
Let me think.
It shouldn't be that hard to think of your most significant injury.
Well, I got punched in the face, but does that count? Because I didn't injure myself.
No, that's being injured. I mean, like
Most people don't injure them.
Right. We're not talking about the time you just sit there and beat your face in with a hammer. We're talking about like maybe you got in a car crash, maybe you broke something. Dog bite.
Yeah, it was it was stupid. It was actually about a dog. I was arguing with someone about how they were treating their dog, and they told me to mind my own business, and I kind of did the don't do this. I spit at the guy.
Why?
Oh, wow.
I don't know. I got so angry because he was beating my sister's dog, in my opinion.
Oh, man.
And so he socked me in the face.
The old loogie to the face.
Yeah, I hit. And
Boy,
dude, I didn't think I was going to hit him.
I don't know if there's anything more disrespectful in the general, disrespectful.
Generally not. I mean, like that's
think-
the-
I mean,
Unless you said something like, yeah, and I had sex with your wife.
Bam! Right in the eye with a Luger. And so, did you get your ass beat, I'm assuming?
Yeah, dude, it was just
All right.
instantly like one Superman punch in my face, and I was on the ground.
Yes, yeah, I believe it. Probably wasn't even Superman.
man, don't hit the dog.
Oh, dude, you all right, man?
Yeah,
You all right?
okay.
Good.
I understand that happened quickly. Why did we ask what was your last injury? I'll tell you why. Because Huey Lewis in the news, they have had to cancel all the remaining dates for 2018.
It should also be noted, Huey Lewis on the tour.
That's right.
In the news, had been on tour this year.
And you might wonder why, because Huey Lewis lost his hearing. It happened 2.5 months ago before a show in Dallas. It turns out he has an inner ear disorder called Meniere's disease, and he can't perform again until it clears up. If that happens, if it actually eventually clears up. He says, I can't hear music well enough to sing. Lower frequencies distort violently, making it impossible for me to find any pitch. I feel horrible about it. Wish to sincerely apologize to the fans. I'm going to concentrate on getting better. But yeah, Huey Lewis.
You don't owe anyone an apology when you're going deaf.
Yeah.
I mean, like, damn, man, we get it.
He won't be working for a living now. Random question, 844.
He needs a new drug.
999. Ola, more of your calls coming up as day one of Weed Week rolls on. You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
Hola, bichola. You have entered the men's room.
Day one of Weed Week rolls on. Coming up, your guess as good as mine categories, stoner movies, and comfort foods. We'll do your guess is as good as mine right after emails on our random question. Incidentally, if you'd like to vote on which member of the men's room you believe to be stoned during Weed Week, all you got to do is follow the men's room on Twitter at Men's Room Live and get to voting. You could also vote if you shoot us an email to the men's room at mensroomlive.com. All right, more of the random question. 844-999 Ola.
Random.
Hello, Cody. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Oh, Cody.
Yes, fellas.
Let's do this one here. Cody, what did you find that was a little bit strange? What did you find that was odd?
What did I find that was a little bit strange?
Mm-hmm. Maybe you found it in your mom's drawer. Maybe you found it walking down the street.
Found a dildo on a golf course once. Not a big deal, but I was like, that's strange.
That is weird.
Yeah.
Don't lie, you've never been on a golf course.
You know what? I was not playing golf.
yes,
I will admit that.
yes,
We were not playing golf, but I did find a dildo.
It was
on
a
golf course.
quote-unquote tournament.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's really strange per se, but it was just it's more, but it's the best thing I could think of. Me and my friend decided to skip fourth period, which was the period before lunch, to just take an hour-and-a-half long lunch. We walked to like Burger King and everything. And on the way to Burger King, we found $60 on the ground.
That's not bad.
Yeah, so
Oh,
I mean,
man, yeah, nothing wrong with finding cash.
Instead of getting,
That's
getting
not strange.
a random
You're just-
little burger. Yeah, I mean I never really, I'm not super adventurous. Never really found many strange things. I'm not much of a snooper either. So.
Mm-hmm. Okay, all right. Well, the reason
I just wanted to go back and that strange the Steve's gross question. I had another one if you guys wanted. It's really
What's that?
like you had that Steve's inappropriate question.
I was like, my inappropriate.
Yes, it's Steve's inappropriate question.
Good
We like
God,
that.
Miles
The
asked.
guy's name
When
was
did your
Steve.
mom-
The guy's name was Steve.
I was like, damn.
Yeah.
You talk about animals
Because
suckling,
if it's his
and
name,
my name
if
gets
his
sucked
name's on
into
it, I'm going to be like, who had an abortion?
No, but I was really interesting. I read it on the internet. It was if your mom and your girlfriend switch bodies, and the only way to get them back is to make love to them, which one would you make love to?
Okay.
I would say goodbye to both of them.
Yeah.
But wait a minute, my
over.
girlfriend just.
Your girlfriend's in your mom's body.
But
Your
it's.
mom's,
Oh.
But it's your mom.
They'll still
Yeah.
switch,
Yeah,
but
right.
so
Yeah, right.
you could have sex with your girlfriend, but she looks like your mom,
mother, and vice
or
versa.
have sex with your mother, but she's in the woman.
Well, they are bringing back switcheroo.
Hey, man, I don't know what the hell is wrong with you, Cody, but you just wrecked my life.
That's sick. That's sick.
There you go, man.
All right.
I'm glad.
Reason we asked, what did you find that was strange? African
He's been sitting on that question for a while.
That's I know. Now I'm thinking about it.
African warthogs, not surprisingly, are not native to Florida. So
You don't
state
say.
wildlife officials are investigating how it would end up loose in a suburban neighborhood. Well, I think we know how. Per the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation officials, they said that they happened to capture the tusky animal last month.
Tusky.
After a 5-day search, about 50 miles covered north of West Palm Beach.
Half Tusky.
That include failed attempts to capture with traps and a rope snare before a wildlife officer spotted it, ran after the damn thing, jumped on it, and tackled it.
Damn.
The newspaper reports the officer got some cuts on his legs in the process. Under state law, owning a warthog requires a permit, but no one in that area had one. Officials said the beast is tame and is friendly when offered food. Look at that thing, man. Look at that thing.
Aren't most animals friendly when you offer them food?
I would
at
think
that
so.
moment.
Yes, exactly.
A tiger's friendly if I hand
A
him
great
steak.
white shark is happy if
Right.
you've got a piece of meat.
But I mean, come on. This isn't shocking news. Like, Pumbaa was super nice.
Pumbaa. Which one was Pumbaa?
The warthog.
Oh, all right.
Oh, yeah. Lion King. Sorry, man.
Random,
You remember his
random,
name.
Random.
Oh.
Lion King was your movie, wasn't it? Like, as far as the Disney movies go, your childhood, that's
Right.
the one that elevated it for you.
Well, just my nickname in the Disney circle is Simba.
Why?
I can't wait to be king. Also, Kuna Matata. You know, it's a whole thing.
You live in a different world than us, Tim.
Yeah, you do.
I like it. Hello, John. Welcome to the men's room.
Oh, hey, what's up?
Hola. What's happening, John? How are you?
Sorry, I was smoking.
Okay. That's all right.
It's Weed Week, man. No worries.
Yeah, Weed Week. Weed Week it is. All right, let's go to this one. What was the last thing that you cheated at? What was the last thing you cheated at? Why are you a cheetah?
Yeah. My taxes. No, I don't know.
Hey-oh.
Great time for the jokes.
Frank Caller.
I might have cheated on my taxes. I don't know if I did them right. So
Well, how
But the
could
thing
you,
is,
I don't
they'll
think you can-
know.
I don't
It doesn't
think, no,
matter.
How can
Once
you really
you
cheat on
fill
your
it out,
taxes? You can't cheat on your taxes.
Now, you have, I think,
Oh, you can. But
you can cheat on
Yeah.
your taxes.
You just really need to know a lot about taxes
But
to be
the
able to
thing
cheat.
is-
you have to be able to get cash somehow in your hands.
You just want to avoid
Well,
paying,
you
right?
know.
You don't care if you get cash back. You just don't want to have to pay money. I owe this year, which is fantastic.
Like if I was a masseuse and I was just like cash only, there's a chance I could cheat the government, right?
Look, man, everyone I
they
know.
don't ever check you, man.
Yeah, that's
they
what I'm
don't
saying.
have the resources to check you.
Well, the only way to check on the cash is because a lot of people, if you get paid cash, if you don't deposit in the bank, there's no
Right.
record of
That's what I'm
it.
saying. If you just keep your cash and use your cash, then I can make, and then you could put money elsewhere where there's no record of it either as well.
Look, man, the
Like
only
Are we
reason.
talking about laundering money now?
basically,
Yeah. Like how you could possibly cheat. I mean, there's no way you can. The government will find, like, maybe you have a business in the Cayman Islands. Like, there's only so many ways that you can, if it goes through payroll, if you get paid through payroll,
Right, then that's-
you're not going to be able to cheat the government out of tax.
do you know what would
Yeah,
allow?
but you could put a deduction in, or you
Right.
could leave a.
Yeah,
a
but
You know
that's
what?
right.
I mean, hang on. Isn't that like? But that's what cheating is. Like,
Right.
you could cheat on anything. Generally, though, eventually you're going to get caught.
Right.
Look,
You can cheat on a tax.
I'm
Yeah.
convinced of this, right? So most narcotics are illegal in this country. If every drug dealer said, "I'll tell you what, we'll register to pay taxes," they would legalize it just based on the sheer amount of income.
Sure.
Like if they got together and said, "Listen, I sell heroin. All right, I have made $6 million this year." You don't care that I'm selling heroin because you sell the oxy. So we know you don't care about that. That's not the issue. The issue is I'm not paying taxes. So what I've done is I made $6 million. You guys probably 45%. I'm telling you,
Right.
if they all did it one year,
The most important
But
thing
that's
in
what
that
goes
whole
on-
operation is just finding a way to launder that money.
Well, that's what goes on with marijuana because it's still illegal federally.
Sure.
So they're technically outlaw businesses. So they still got to pay taxes.
Yes, they do.
But
They
it's
love
not
it.
federally legal.
Jim Boehner loves it.
Very true.
Smoking that hoop now.
remember, it's only they went after people. Now, Bitcoin is not recognized as currency in the United States, right? The Fed refused. But if your worth is in Bitcoin, they are taxing you.
I lost money on Bitcoin. It sucked.
How much did you lose?
I put in $900 with a friend of mine. I was like, "Oh, this is hot. You got to do this. You got to do this." And apparently, it was hot until I put my $900 on.
Now what's it worth?
Now I think I have like $200.
You know, man, don't sell it yet, because if it's that low already, you pretty well already lost your money. But my money says, like anything else, it'll go down, it'll bounce back up, and the next thing you know, you're going to lose it all, or you're going to win some money.
There's no way. You put in $900 and you bought like what, a Bitcoin?
No, I bought. There's different kinds, man. There's like you can get Litecoin, you can get BitCash.
Oh, I don't know anything about that stuff.
I was going to say Bitcoin's equal to almost $8,000 right now.
Is that right? Okay.
So even though the government doesn't recognize
you can buy a piece of a coin too. You can put in $20.
Buy
$20 of the Bitcoin. It's not worth jack, but you can.
So what would you do then? Like if your wealth is in Bitcoin, as some people are, and the Fed is going to come after you for taxes, like you don't recognize this as currency. I don't owe you anything because
I would.
You don't You're asking me to pay taxes on something. It's like basically, according to, and look, obviously you recognize it as currency because you're not going to tax it. But basically, based on the Fed's position on this, you're asking me to set another place setting at the table for an imaginary friend. Like that's basically what they're arguing. Like, we don't recognize it as currency, but you owe us taxes. But like, I don't have any money.
But they're just going to tax you because you made money, right? What's it, capital gains or whatever?
But if you don't recognize it as currency, I don't have their perspective.
Because when you cash it out, it turns into
if I cash it out.
Let me go.
Yeah. I mean, if you don't cash it
out here.
Right. If you cash it out, you make money. I understand you tax that. That is income. But if I hold on to this and I don't if I'm worth $8 million in Bitcoin world, but I have not traded it for cash because I'm doing my transactions however the hell you do all of this, I'm not paying you tax. You don't recognize this as currency. You're taxing me on something that you don't believe exists. Therefore, I can't possibly owe you anything.
My money says that you go to the British Virgin Islands or you go to one of those places and you open a business. Marlins man, we see him in the front row of all the stuff on television.
Correct.
All the big sporting events and everything. Guys obviously got quite a bit of money because it's some of the biggest sporting events in the world. Sure. You see a guy who's wearing a Florida Marlins jersey, which is a bright jersey, by the way, and what makes it even more strange is the fact that the Miami Marlins have a fan, period. Florida, whatever you want to call him. He went down after they had a little... the owner of the Florida Marlins had a little deal with the government there as far as once that stadium was paid off, money, et cetera, et cetera. So they've been trying. They had a lawsuit to try to maybe, I can't remember exactly the specifics of what was going on with it. But either way, the Marlins man went down to check out the office of the Florida Marlins, which happens to be located in the British Virgin Islands.
Yeah,
in this little hut right here. You see that? That's where the Florida Marlins operate out of. So.
Waste not, want not.
Marlins man is in a war right now with the Florida Marlins.
Apparently so.
Or the Miami Marlins.
Whatever
because I guess they didn't want to give him his ticket, like in the same exact spot or something.
No way.
So he's kind of beefing with him, and now he's outing all this stuff.
Isn't he like the greatest PR thing they've ever had? I mean, like, you got to think, like, he's the guy on television. You wouldn't even think about the Florida Marlins or the Miami Marlins unless he was sitting there in a bright orange jersey. And you go, how in the hell did he get those seats?
Yeah, I mean, I think he used to be a lawyer or something.
Well, the reason we asked, speaking of cheating, what did you cheat out there? It's high drama, they say, in the obscure but passionate world of old-school arcade games. The organization that oversees records has stripped a top gamer of his high scores in both Donkey Kong and Pac-Man. The group Twin Galaxies of Iowa concluded after a lengthy investigation that Billy Mitchell did not play on an original arcade machine as required, but instead used a software emulator. The more damning implication is that Mitchell, previously credited with being the first to score a perfect game on Pac-Man and the first to crack 1 million points on Donkey Kong, he faked his games. He adamantly denies it and promised in a video statement to prove his scores are valid. Still, the Guinness Book of World Records acted in accordance with Twin Galaxy and wiped Mitchell's records from its books. Per the Washington Post, more casual fans of the hobby might recognize Mitchell's name from the 2007 documentary, The King of Kong, A Fistful of Quarters. That was not a pornography, by the way. The King of Kong, A Fistful of Quarters. Fans of that film viewed the Twin Galaxies decision as well-deserved vindication for Steve Wiebe, the lovable underdog score chaser who saw his heroic attempts to make Donkey Kong history repeatedly and suspiciously thwarted by overtly villainous Mitchell in the film. Wiebe is now recognized as the first to hit 1 million on Donkey Kong. After an original official challenge lodged by another gamer, Twin Galaxies studied the videotape of Mitchell's 2010 record-breaking Donkey Kong game and concluded it was not played on an original console. The group not only scrubbed all of Mitchell's scores from its records, it forbid him from submitting new ones.
Wow, that'll teach you.
That is some heavy duty.
How many people do you think compete in that world?
I don't know, but you know what? When I do
I
go to the
feel like-
arcade, those are two games I play. Actually, I play Miss Pac-Man.
Really?
I play Donkey. I love both those games. Yes. I play pinball, and those are my two favorite arcade games. Now, granted, if they had Joust or some other old school Xenon, or there's a couple that I like. Galaga, I'll play. Galaxy.
I'm a skee ball guy. If you got skee ball, that's where
Of
you're
course,
from.
I'll play skee ball. No questions asked on skee ball.
Yeah, skee ball I would do. I don't really get into pinball.
I suck at it. I have no control. Doesn't matter. It's just a place to put my beer. Hello, Caleb. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
All right, Caleb, let's go with this one. Oh boy. What was either your most expensive memorable date or your least expensive memorable date?
Oh, man. Most expensive, I'm going to go with that one. Back in high school, me and my ex used to do a lot of blow. And
Back in what?
in high school.
In high school.
Where were you getting the
Yeah.
money? I mean, blow
What-
is
what-
not
did
the
you go to,
cheapest.
Did you go to Beverly Hills High? What was going on here?
Green Valley High School in Las Vegas.
All right. Okay. Okay. Ding, 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 ding,
Right.
ding, ding, ding.
Just
ding,
say
ding.
Vegas.
Okay.
Right, that
all
explains.
Jeez, a whiz, that's crazy.
It's part of the school lunch.
Got it from her dad.
Oh my God.
Nice.
But the twist on that is
No, that's the twist. That's the twist right there. Got it from her dad. My go-to
Well,
guy.
well, we did all of his stuff, so I had to turn around and spend probably about $3,500, $4,000 just to resupply the stash, and that was pretty much our dinner, or if you want to call it dinner, our date.
Did he realize you guys are going through a stash, or is that why you replaced it before he noticed?
Oh no, that's why we replaced it. But the best part is we got to just do it all again.
Okay. All right.
And how long did you date this chick that's going through her dad's blow?
About 4 years.
Whatever happened to her?
I ended up getting a scholarship for baseball, and she was a year younger than me, and she started messing around with some other dude, so I lost my connections, all that stuff.
Okay. All right.
So wait a minute, wait. It's not like, so we broke up and it broke my heart. No, I lost my connection to my blow.
Lost my connect.
There you go. You know what I'm talking about.
Did you get
Damn shame when you lose that connect, dude.
Yeah, man, nothing. Every breakup I've had, losing my connection to my drug dealer. just
baseball
hits
players are a different breed, by the way.
Yeah.
They really are.
What position did you play in baseball?
I played outfield, center and right. I'm left-handed, so.
Okay.
Okay. Very good. And any pro scouts ever come your way?
Yeah, actually, I had the White Sox.
Go figure. The White Sox, huh?
Yeah, right.
Well, the bad part about it is it was my last college baseball game, and I had 2 home runs, a double, and a triple. And the scout talked to the coach. He said, "Well, you can talk to him, but we're kicking him off the team after this game. He never goes to class. He parties too much."
Oh, damn, man.
Well, what does that have to do with pro sports?
That's a good point.
Yeah, that's baseball. They call that baseball.
We hear the interviews. I mean,
I like it. There you go.
these are not guys with a PhD.
And let's
No,
be
they're
honest, what happened there with that coach was you didn't finish off the cycle.
Well, the best part about it, that last game, I was driving back from Vegas to California and probably doing about 120 all the way back on blow and to make it in time for the game.
Jesus Christ. Well, your coach had a point. You got to give him that, right? I mean, he did have a point.
I don't know, man. I mean, you hear these stories of baseball players like, I threw a perfect game while tripping on acid. I can't imagine in baseball it matters.
Reason we asked what was your most expensive date, a woman named Amanda Burnett from Indianapolis went on a date with a guy earlier this month, and afterwards, basically she ghosted him and never texted him back. Then at some point in time last week, she got something in the mail from him, which turned out to be a full invoice for their date. He charged her $10 for a Moscow Mule, $10 for a beer, $14.50 for pulled pork tacos, plus a $1.99 processing fee, $2.56 for tax, and 47 cents for shipping and handling. That took it to a grand total of $39.52. Tom Likas would be proud. That's under the $40 limit that he used to impose.
Good job, Timmy.
Yeah, nice. That's great work. Amanda thought it was ridiculous, and she tweeted a picture of the invoice, which started going viral, and the next day the guy texted her to follow up and said he'd send a collection agency for the money if she didn't pay. Anyway, since then, she's deleted the tweet and set her account to private. Maybe she wants to make it tougher for the collection agency to track her down. But yeah, guys, send her an invoice. That's not even too expensive, $39.52.
That's out of I mean, look, once they turn something over to collect, look, you don't owe collections anything. They can have themselves. But with that, just understand the deal on average that they make with collections is about 50-50. So if they're saying you owe $400, by the time collection calls you, strike a deal with your original creditor. You could probably get it down to about $200.
That's it. Day one of Weed Week continues. Vote now. If you follow us on Twitter, at Men's Room Live, one of us in here, pretty high. Your guess is as good as mine. Coming up, the category stoner movies and comfort foods, and more of your calls on our random question. 844-999-OLA. You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
We return to the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
Still to come, your guess is as good as mine as day one of Weed Week rolls on.
Weed Week.
Categories today will be stoner movies and comfort foods. Your guess is as good as mine. Coming up right after emails on our random question. 844-999-OLA.
Random.
Hello, Jason. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
Hola. All right, Jason. What is, we all have memories from high school. What crazy thing happened to you while you were in high school? What is that one just nutty moment you remember? Just during the time, doesn't have to be at the actual school, but just during the period you were in that stage of your life.
Okay, well, this was like right after high school. So it went back to the most expensive date that you guys were talking about a little while ago. So I was stationed in Europe, in Germany, and we were out drinking one night, a buddy of mine, and we were on our way back. Well, the train system works pretty good there. I mean, it's pretty much on time, but at a certain hour, it slows down, and so you have to wait, a couple hours before the next train rolls in. And it was about 3 a.m, so we had to wait. So we went into a local red light district to have a beer. Yeah. And so I would say the most expensive date was we went in there and I bought, I guess, ladies of the night, hookers, whatever they were, for me and my buddy. And they were about €140 a piece.
Which translates to what, about $220 a pop?
At American, that's about what it was at that time.
And did your buddy pay you back?
Well, see, that's the funny thing. See, I'm from here, and so BECU, let's give them a shout out. They're real good with monitoring everything. So they don't take cash over there. I had to swipe my debit card for this transaction. So swipe the debit card or whatever, and we all got tattoos and everything. So the girls remembered us, and the guy remembered us, the Turkish owner, whoever he was. And so that Monday morning, I got an email from BECU telling me that there was suspicious activity on my debit card.
No, it wasn't.
So I just told them there was suspicious activity on my debit card. They refunded me all the money and sent me a new debit card.
Get out of here. That is awesome.
Meanwhile, BECU right now is like,
oh,
God
my,
damn
wow, that's great. You had the bank pay for your hookers?
Yeah, I had the bank pay for the hookers, but the caveat to that is we went back to the same place a couple of weeks later, and he was going to buy the hookers this time. And we had tattoos, and they remembered us. And so he went to give the man his credit card, and the man pulled out a billy club and chased us out of the establishment because he remembered us, and he didn't get paid.
Oh, right. Oh, man. All right. Well, that's a crazy thing.
Yeah, but still.
That's good. I mean, that's a good story, though.
Right, man.
My card got cut off when I went to the Bunny Ranch because it just comes out as a cash advance. And they were just like, there's no way you're getting out this much cash.
And don't you have a limit? Like, I can only take out $300 a day.
Well, I wasn't physically taking out cash, Miles. I was charging it on the card, but it says on your receipt.
Oh.
It doesn't say Moonlight Bunny Ranch.
It doesn't say bought hookers in Nevada.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Right, exactly. So, cash
It doesn't
advance.
say that, huh? I'll be damned. Reason we asked, what crazy thing happened to you in high school? Boy, oh boy, this is a doozy, especially if you're a freshman. A 14-year-old kid named Brennan Walker. He lives in Rochester Hills, Michigan, and on his way to school Thursday morning, unfortunately for young Brennan, he missed the school bus. So, and in the meantime, his mom had taken away his cell phone, and he was lost. So he goes up to a random house and knocks on the door for a little bit of assistance and help. Brennan, by the way, is black, and the woman who answered the door was white. And she started yelling, "Why are you trying to break into my house?" And Brennan said, "Well, obviously, I'm trying to break into your house by knocking on the door." No, he didn't say that. He just said, "No, I'm looking for help. I'm looking to find my way to Rochester High School. I'm a student there." And he needed directions. Well, she kept yelling, and then her husband, Jeffrey Ziegler, walked down the stairs and shot at him.
Jeez.
Fortunately, he missed, and they had one of those Ring doorbells which recorded everything. So on Friday, Jeffrey was arrested for assault with intent to murder and felony use of a firearm. So yeah, he was in high school, and he got lost, and he didn't have his phone, so he goes up and he knocks on the door. And because he's black, then they shoot at him.
Very friendly if people knocked on my door before they broke in.
That's great.
Now, you said they're one of those, like, motion sensor...
Apparently they have a camera on their
okay.
on their doorbell, yeah.
All right, listen. Ryan Cass of the Drunken Charge does sit and spin with us. He recently got a new dog, so now he has 2 dogs at home, and they showed this to Robin and I today. He has motion sensors, so if anything goes off...
Oh,
in his house,
yeah, you can take a look at the picture of the dogs.
He shows me, it records 5 seconds, and the emotion was his one dog was standing over the other dog while... Basically, it was like dog fellatio.
Oh, no.
Yeah, the one dog's hovering over the other one's just licking and doing it.
Oh, they really like each other a lot then.
They're getting along.
Yeah, it seems that way. I like that. You know?
Hola! The shenanigans continue on the Men's Room Radio Network.